In Chapel Hill, Gracie Jiu-Jitsu, help me welcome back Mr. Jake Whitfield. And his opponent representing Team Pedro Sauer and making his Toro Cup debut. Please help me welcome Diego Guilhermino. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you very much.
Some crazy matches today, my friend. You've had front row seats for all of them. Been involved in some of them.
Thank you. Yeah, it's always a long day. I always enjoyed refereeing, though.
I know that Bagels was not going to miss the opportunity to ref this one. Diego Guilhermino making his Toro Cup debut against Jake Whitfield, a guy that we've seen a lot of over the years at Toro Cup.
Yeah, Jake Whitfield really has a style in which he's moving forward like a glacier and then really quick, brief periods of explosiveness. And then he tries to consolidate what he has and then slows down one again and then looks for an opportunity to explode. He's
that
really
glacial pace, he should trademark that.
Yeah. My new BJJ fanatics. How to move slowly.
Collar manipulation, lapel manipulation for Whitfield. It looks like he is hovering.
Yeah, this is an extremely strong cross choke or Bravo choke position here. If you can get his opponent's elbow across the center line, he can use this as a really, really tight choke.
It does look like Diego's struggling to get out of this one. It does look like he's getting sprawled out here.
Yeah, he's relatively safe overall. I think this is not the best position to
just
hang
a lot
out
of control.
Yeah, exactly. He's burying his inside arm. He's moving into the deep half. He's doing okay. But he will have to address this lapel fed behind his head eventually.
Yeah, I was talking with
knees in and move to a waiter position, he may be able to create some distance and start
waiter
to
sweep
force.
Would be good.
Yeah, start to force Jake Whitfield to move to another point of control in his head. Nice. We're going for maybe an old school Wilson Hayes sweep where you look for him to start to Turkish get up a little bit and just take him over the top.
Extended deep half look, like trying to sprawl the weight over both sides of your body.
He catches this secondary leg. He's going to look to wrestle it. Very nice, very nice. Textbook.
Diego Guilhermino getting back on top with 2 minutes expired here in this contest.
I'm pretty sure I saw that sweep in a book back in 2008 or something along those lines.
A book, like a physical
like
book
one of the
made out of
Gracie
paper?
books. Yeah.
Interesting.
Like, that's just textbook. It's old school.
What is it called? There's Jiu-Jitsu University, right? Like that's the most classic one.
Janji Ribeiro is definitely one of the all-time.
Whitfield on a headlock. I know Whitfield is a big Gracie guy. You know, he was multiple-time winner of Self-Defense Coach of the Year in several different award shows and Dirty White Belt Radio back when that was a thing. And
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know that was the thing. I really should have tried to enter my name in a self-defense coach.
Yeah, if you are passionate about self-defense and the modern martial arts and sport martial arts and trying to bridge the gap between those two things, Jake Whitfield is definitely a guy that has done a lot of work in that area in this martial arts scene here in NC anyway.
Jake back on this lapel crossface. Very nice footwork.
Yeah, Diego just doing a good job. Every time Jake kind of slips out of his hands, Diego's able to get this half guard recollected.
Jake does a really good job of not letting it get out of control a little bit. He always moves his spit hips back into his opponent's hips and tries to keep driving him flat. Very nice elevation there by Diego. Getting both his knees inside, and of course, you can see Jake here just open his hips wide and pressuring to get past the knee line somewhere.
Yeah, just neutralizing those butterfly hooks, making them useless, put those ankles in the mat. But we see Diego still trying to build up. And from a flat back position like this, it can be a little hard. You know, you need to kind of round your back, sit up a little bit before you start trying to sweep a guy Jake Whitfield size over your head.
Yeah, and credit where credit is due. Jake Whitfield's doing a perfect job of just keeping his hips heavy over the butterfly hooks.
I always picture that position, especially kind of like that mini game in Tony Hawk, where you're grinding and you have to like maintain.
Yeah, it's constantly an instinct you have to fight. You feel like you want to run away from the butterfly hooks all the time, and that's always going to give your opponent a sweep. You just have to walk into the butterfly hooks and stay heavy. Great job by Jake Whitfield there. He's got a really, really tight crossface. I think this crossface with the shoulder might help prevent that deep half sweep Diego hit earlier. It does look like he's trying to bury himself underneath, trying to get control of the pants on that near side.
I was going to say, I think he does have the underhook on the other side still as well.
Really great head position here. No space to pummel frames in. Just going to let the position do the work, which is where you get that glacial pace.
Classic Gracie Jiu-Jitsu on display, in my opinion, as well. Like when people talk about fundamental Gracie Jiu-Jitsu, I feel like it's also it's often used as a decrier of a style or whatever. But Jake is a great example of like why it was so effective in the top of the Jiu-Jitsu game forever.
Of course, absolutely.
Because when those fundamentals are applied correctly, they still work against black belts like Diego.
Yeah, and you'll see even with some of the most advanced guys. So Diego here, he initiated a sweep and he's on this front headlock position. He needs to break this grip with his sprawl, and he needs to turn to cover the hips to earn his points. So he is definitely in a bit of a waiting period where he can get his points here. Very nice.
Good gamesmanship on display from Diego.
Yeah, and again, a really great matchup. He had to earn every inch of that sweep, and Jake Whitfield using that opportunity to initiate on his own single leg. Really great job controlling the knee, standing up, turning his opponent away.
Good defense by Diego. I thought that single leg was quite deep for Jake, and especially when he ran out to the outside, I thought certainly he will get something off of this, but Diego did a great job.
When Diego learned to turn to face, it looked like he was trying to get like a rear body lock, and he just wasn't able to connect his hands. He did a great job pulling guard. He got a sweep a moment ago. Maybe he's confident he could do that again. Well, I suppose he didn't finish the sweep, but he got a really good elevation and an opportunity.
Correct.
I'm a big fan of this position here too. Just that stiff arm and the
semi-stack
butterfly guard.
Yeah.
They start driving into you. You get a push-pull pressure there.
And Jake's on that lapel. It looks like he's trying to feed his foot over.
Yeah, he's getting a good demonstration of his flexibility here, just making sure he keeps his legs between him and his opponent. His opponent's just trying to drive his head in there. What always comes into my head when I see this is Ace Ventura.
The rhino?
When his head's moving outside of the rhino. All he needs is a little space, and he's just got to drive all the way through.
I feel like everybody that is our age and was like young when that movie came out has that image burned into their brain.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Jim Carrey had the greatest comedy run, like 1994 or whatever. Really great job of isolating the knee here by Diego on top. He's tripoding up, really driving his weight into Jake's frames, trying to tire him out. Again, letting the position do the work. Great job moving around the guard. And that'll be 3 points for Diego. Diego is up 5-0 now.
Yeah.
Not an insurmountable deficit for Jake, but he's definitely going to have to work. And to his credit, he looks like he's trying to stay active on the bottom.
I've never seen Jake just give up in a match or stop working. He is, for a guy his age, his size. You were talking about the flexibility.
Yeah.
It's not just the flexibility; it's the cardio, it's the speed, the hips, the scrambling. Everything about Jake is pretty kind of unassuming. But when he's on the mat, make no mistake about it, he's a dog.
Diego can use this passing position just to really be grindy on Jake's hips. Jake's sitting up. Maybe he can hit a switch here. It looks like Diego's looking for this topside knee bar a little bit. Jake turning his knee out. A little dog bar, I suppose you can call it. And yeah, Jake's sitting up, building his base. Really, really wide posting hand behind him. That's going to let him try to escape his hips. And hopefully he's probably going to be looking to hit a wrestler switch here, looking for that leg.
Yeah, I see that circling of the feet from Diego, but it looks like Jake knows about it too, trying to get the guard back in front of him or some kind of frame back between he and Diego. Diego now on an arm. Looks like he's looking to go to spiderweb. Nope. Jake's going to slip out.
Very nice. We have 1 minute remaining, 5-0. It's still not an insurmountable deficit, but our competitor's going to get desperate here.
Big opportunity for Jake here. Big opportunity for Jake if he can rush this takedown and put some points on the board. Oh, he's going to pull.
40 seconds
He still has a handful of avenues to win here. Going from the guard to the back, I believe would be 6 points for us. It represents a sweep as the mount and the back are considered equal positions.
Speaking of fundamental jiu-jitsu, I thought Jake Whitfield was setting up a flower sweep there. Tried to hook the bottom leg. 20 seconds remain in this one. Jake's going to finish out here in the knee shield and try to make something happen in the last 20 seconds rather. It looks like Diego's just too heavy on top, too in control of the knee line.
Yeah, really great credit to the matchmakers here at Toro, though. Everybody did a great job. This was a great match back and forth.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Jake was definitely deep on that choke earlier.
Absolutely.
Had a good look at a few things from mount. And then as the match went on, Diego.
I think both competitors represented the jiu-jitsu very well.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And of course, the ritual walking around.
Yeah, I was telling Bagels earlier, it's like I never announce the winner until the belts are tied because I know that like camp photos over there, like I don't want, I want the photos to look good. I don't want you to be huffing and puffing and tying your belt in your pick.
Yeah, I mean,
especially for the black belts.
Look pretty.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner on points, Diego Guilhermino.